How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Horror Basement. My name's Shane, and we have a huge video for you today. Uh, this video is the 100th video for the channel, the first video featuring my new green screen, and our first annual Pride Month special celebrating Pride Month. So I'd like to apologize before we get into the actual content of the video. Normally I would never be this sweaty while filming a video, but I realized earlier today that there are only about 4 months left in June, so I ran down here and had to get everything moved around in the basement to get this green screen set up. So in preparation for this video, I did what any legit YouTuber would do when researching for a Pride Month special. I typed gay horror movies into Google and scrolled through the first 10 that popped up. So the first video I watched in preparation for this video is Curse of the Queer Wolf from 1988. That is not the movie we are going to be covering today because it is centered around a guy that is bitten on the ass by a cross-dresser and is then cursed to become a queer wolf, which is essentially a mix between a gay guy and a drag queen. Now, of course, this is a comedy which is both going for absurdist and transgressive humor, but I think it fails to be funny for the most part, and when it isn't failing to be funny in the absurdist way, like in movies like Airplane, it tends to be pretty misguided or ignorant of the gay community and borderline homophobic. So I got done watching that movie, and I went back to my research to find an actual good movie to have for you guys today. And that is where I found Stranger by the Lake, which is a 2013 French thriller. Stranger by the Lake follows our main character, Franck, which is French for Frank, and he is a young man that is looking for love in the one place where this movie is filmed, which is at a nude beach, or as the French call it, a beach, by a lake pretty much in the middle of nowhere, like out in the woods. Now, this beach is a cruising spot for gay men, so they're looking for hookups out in the woods, and the remoteness of the area, as well as the hostility that Frank finds from some of the other naked men running around, adds to the tension that you feel immediately. But after some initial awkwardness, Franck does manage to make a few friends. He befriends an older gentleman who is not there to cruise, just a regular fella who's enjoying his vacation and happens to be on the same stretch of beach where all the hookups are going down. And that fella is named Henry, and he acts as kind of the voice of reason as the plot progresses. But the other main character in this is eventually the man who becomes Franck's boyfriend, Michel. And Michel is Michel looks like a French Burt Reynolds, essentially. And him and Franck take an immediate interest to each other. But the only issue is that one night, Franck oversees Michel drowning his former boyfriend in the lake. Despite this, Franck still goes ahead and begins a sexual relationship with Michel. And one interesting thing about this movie is that they used unsimulated sex. Now, the actors themselves did not have sex. This effect was executed through the use of body doubles. But there is a fair amount of pretty explicit sex scenes in this movie, which, despite their graphic nature, don't feel like exploitative or raunchy per se, and don't detract from the elegance of the film, because this is a beautifully made, beautifully shot movie. Just the sounds of when Franck is swimming in the lake and you just get the sloshing sounds coming from his different like swimming strokes. The movie's beautifully shot, sounds excellent, and the movie continues as Frank's and Michelle's relationship does, with the eventual discovery of the body and the kind of slow implosion of the beach community around them as cops start sniffing around, and the ongoing tension between Frank, Michelle, and Henry reaches a head at the end of the movie. Yes, overall, I really enjoyed this movie. It's a sexy, elegant thriller in kind of the Hitchcockian style. I highly recommend it. The only issue is if you aren't used to like full frontal male nudity in film, which as many Americans aren't, and if you're not used to seeing unsimulated sex on film, that might be a bit of a culture shock, along with the film being in French and having to watch it with subtitles. Other than that, this movie is excellent. I highly recommend it to anyone who is interested in horror or thrillers. That's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If this video gets good reception, and even if it doesn't, I will continue to, signal boost, LGBTQIA plus horror movies and creators, that kind of thing. I even have a couple people I want to bring onto the show to talk about different movies. So if you are interested in that, hit that subscribe button. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment below if you have something you want me to review. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Thank you.